Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the match between FC Barcelona and Celta Vigo. This is going to be a match that is going to be played at the Camp Nou, and this is also considered as the second to the last game of this season. But first, I do want to talk about our sponsors for today, and that is the OneFootball app. The OneFootball app has always been considered as the best football app you could find within the App Store. And if you are a Barcelona fan, right, for the majority of us here, we would be able to see where Barcelona do stand on the league table, the transfer news, who scored within a specific game, and the stats of the player. All of this is going to be in one app, and the best thing from all of this is that this app is free. The only thing you do have to do is go into the description box that I do have down below. There's going to be a link. You would be able to click that link, then download the app, pick your desired team, and then turn on the notifications. And I also do want to thank the OneFootball app for supporting a content creator. But now let's get back into the video. But let me tell you guys, I'm going to take a completely different approach regarding this pre-match preview. I want to talk about the situation going on with Ronald Koeman, because now that we are in our second to last game within the league, everything does indicate that Barcelona may not win the league in this season. Yes, mathematically, is it possible for Barcelona to still win the league? Yes, it is, but it is very unlikely because Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid are going to have to drop a massive amounts of points in order for Barcelona to get into first place. So I do believe that right now Barcelona is in a position where they need to take the time to have some self-reflection to understand that what did happen in this season, what went wrong and what went right. Because to be honest, there is a lot of failures that we have done in this season that we have learned from, and there has been some failures that we have not learned from. And Ronald Koeman has made that very clear in the pre-match press conference, and this is what we're going to be revolving around, is what Ronald Koeman has said throughout his interview. And I'm going to be reading you guys exactly on what he did say, and I quote, "I cannot say a lot about the meeting with Laporta. Of course, we have commented on the last results, the situation on the team, and we have agreed that we will evaluate everything when the season ends. For me, it's important to analyze the entire season. Seeing how things were when we arrived and everything that has been done throughout the year, I can and want to continue as the Barcelona coach. If I have maximum confidence of the club, we will talk about it after the season. It would be time to talk. I want to continue. I am happy. I see room to improve things, and we are on path that we do want to improve by the end of this year. In my opinion, there are many positive things this season. To say that everything was perfect and 2 weeks later everything is horrible, I think that this is not fair." And just looking at the whole interview that Ronald Koeman has given out, you can get a sensation that Ronald Koeman, he is backed. He is completely backed until the end of this season. But I do think that as soon as this league season is over and Barcelona has officially closed this season as a whole in all competitions, I do believe that we are going to be hearing a different story, because this also does confirm that whatever meeting Laporta and Ronald Koeman have had about 2 days ago, it was a supportive meeting, a meeting where Laporta wanted to inform Ronald Koeman that we completely back you until the end of this season, which ultimately makes us believe that by the time this league season is over, for some odd reason, I would not be surprised to hear that later we start to hear a story of Laporta waiting for the league to be over only to sack Ronald Koeman later in this summer. And that can always be a possibility, and it's very complicated, right? We really have to understand just what type of situation Laporta is actually in, because if you do want to maintain Koeman because you believe that Ronald Koeman has yet to display his best version of FC Barcelona, then I would agree with you. Yes, we can all agree that Ronald Koeman has yet to place his best version, but that can also be a gamble, because if you were to continue and maintain Ronald Koeman into the next season, and for some odd reason Ronald Koeman does not bring the results with FC Barcelona by the end of the next season, then it is ultimately going to be the fault of Laporta for him to continue Ronald Koeman onto the next season, because we can no longer say that this is going to be a Bartomeu signing when it comes to Ronald Koeman, because it would be Laporta's responsibility and his idea to continue Ronald Koeman into the next season. And Laporta is very well aware of this. Laporta is aware that, okay, if I continue Koeman into the next season and Barcelona do not produce the best results in the next season, it's ultimately going to be my responsibility. So again, it's very complicated, and I think that if Ronald Koeman were to depart and move away from FC Barcelona as the coach, there's only going to be two options in order for Laporta to hire, in my opinion, and it would be either Xavi Hernandez or Pep Guardiola. Either of those two would be extremely welcomed back into this club. That is always going to be my idea. It's either going to be Xavi Hernandez or Pep Guardiola. These are two coaches who does stick to their idea, and these are two coaches who have a specific way of playing. No matter what the result may be, if you stick to your idea and you truly believe in it, you will succeed. And Xavi Hernandez and Pep Guardiola do have that. And then Ronald Koeman lastly did say this: "In the last 2 weeks, I have felt a little mistreated. You have to analyze the entire season. I don't agree with the media saying we did a bad job." Which is true. Ronald Koeman has been facing some backlash in the past 2 weeks because of the recent results. But I also do believe that this is a time to support Ronald Koeman. We should be supporting our own coach until the end of the season. And we can also agree that if we were to give the context of what Barcelona have gone through and the signings that they have made and the financial problems that they do have, seeing the end result of this season, it is not that bad. What Ronald Koeman brought to Barcelona, he has done a very great job on using the material that he does have to work with. Because if we were to look outside of Barcelona, right, we can also see Liverpool struggling within the league season. You can see Juventus struggling within the league season. So it is not just FC Barcelona that are struggling. And the fact that Barcelona is in this position, that where they have the Copa del Rey, where they are probably going to finish in 3rd place within the league, it is not that bad. But this is where the other question does come in, and I believe that many fans do want an answer from. Can Ronald Koeman bring Barcelona to that level, to the City level, to the Bayern Munich level, to the level where we can dominate Europe? That is going to be the question. But in the end, we still do have a league to fight for. Mathematically, it is still possible for Barcelona to win this league. Anything can happen. But as of now, there are a lot of questions revolving around Ronald Koeman. And here's going to be my predicted starting 11 that we could see tomorrow night against Celta Vigo. I'm going to be starting with a 3-5-2 with a defensive line of Ronald, Araujo, Piqué, and Longley. As for our midfield, I do expect to see Serginho Dest on the right, Alba on the left. Our central midfielders is going to be Frenkie de Jong, Busquets, Pedri, and up top is going to be Messi or Antoine Griezmann. Now, I understand that Ronald Koeman may be considering a 4-3-3 tomorrow night against Celta Vigo. So if we were to use a 4-3-3, I do expect to see a backline of Serginho Dest, Gerard Piqué, Araujo, and Jordi Alba. As for our midfielders, we should expect to see Busquets, Frenkie de Jong, and Pedri. And then as for our front three, we should expect to see Dembélé on the left wing, Griezmann as a center forward, and Messi on the right wing. Now, there is 3 very important key points that I do want to point out. Point number 1, Mingueza is not going to be available against Celta Vigo. And the only reason why Mingueza is not going to be there is because he is going to be participating in the B team. And the club itself has made it official that Oscar Mingueza has rejoined the Barcelona B for promotion playoff against UCAM Murcia. Moving on to point number 2. If there was one thing I do want to see in our last 2 league games under Ronald Koeman is to see Riqui Puig and MORIBA get more minutes into the midfield. Yes, I understand that Ronald Koeman highly does prefer to place Pedri and Frenkie de Jong as the interior midfielders, but for once, right, for once we do want to see a midfield of Frenkie de Jong, Riqui Puig, and Pedri, and just see how a midfield like that could work out at the Camp Nou. It would be a beautiful thing to see. And then as for the 3rd point, I do want to talk about Antoine Griezmann, because yesterday a report has come out regarding Antoine Griezmann's future with FC Barcelona, and it says here, according to Sky Sport, Barcelona would be willing to sell Griezmann this summer if a good offer does arrive. Now, when it comes to Antoine Griezmann, I think that his future with Barcelona is going to be something that's very unpredictable. We do not know if Barcelona do tend to sell Antoine Griezmann or if they do want to maintain this player. But here's the one thing that I do want to point out. When it comes to Antoine Griezmann, and let's just assume that Ronald Koeman brings back our style of play, how Barcelona should be playing. If Barcelona go back into their roots and into the way that they should be playing, Antoine Griezmann does not have a place within the starting 11. But if we were to talk about this specific Barcelona that we have seen under Ronald Koeman, and we continue to see this certain Barcelona in the next season, then yes, there is a spot for Antoine Griezmann. It's all going to depend on the sporting project we do see. And it's going to be extremely hard to argue against Antoine Griezmann and him leaving FC Barcelona, because the numbers do speak for themselves. He does have a total of 19 goals and 10 assists. These are stats that you cannot deny and want to take away from any club. So here's the thing. Assuming that the right offer does come to Barcelona, whatever that may be, whatever Barcelona do expect that right offer to be, I do expect that right offer to be around 70 million euros, because Griezmann with Barcelona has been playing tremendously well, and I do not want Barcelona to be lowballed for Antoine Griezmann for nothing less than 50 million euros. Griezmann is a class player. Griezmann is at the right age where he is expected to perform at a very high level, and looking at him right now with Barcelona, he is performing at a high level. So 70 million euros would be the perfect price for a player like Antoine Griezmann. But ultimately, I'm going to have to say that Griezmann is going to have to decide on himself whether he wants to leave, yes or no. Because like how we discussed in the previous video, the way that Barcelona is moving when it comes to their attacking options, it gets everyone very nervous, because we know that now we're going to be having Sergio Aguero, Ansu Fati, Dembélé, Messi, and Collado, who is going to be implemented into the first team. And that is where Griezmann is going to have to question, is Barcelona still the club that is considered as the right fit? But that's going to be it for today's Barcelona pre-match preview. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.